This is the complete model, the structure model. And in this video clip, I'm just going to show you guys how to run a schedule for structural elements in this model. For this exercise, you can use the file 8 quantity takeoff. Open that file and then click View, Schedules, Schedule Quantities, and the first time when you select this, you need to choose the filter list. So we're going to use the structure only. And we're going to use the structural columns. Let's first do structural columns. And structural column schedule. And phase new construction. Click OK. Then we need to select what kind of fields we would like to include in the schedule. So we want to make sure family is in the field, and we also would like to use the type, and we also would like to use the length of the column, which is right over here. And also like to include the unit weight, and we also like to include the count, how many pieces, and we also like to include the structural material. So make sure you select structural material, and then there are some additional fields available for you to choose. Structural material description. The PowerPoint slides might be slightly different than the one we are looking at right now. The PowerPoint slides are based on probably Revit 2016 or so, or maybe 2018. And also we would like to include some calculated value. So there are different options. Add a calculated parameter. So for example, tonnage is not a direct property we can use, so we can use some of those existing parameters included in the model. So for example, if we would like to get the tonnage, we need to know the length and times the weight. So for example, if you are working with the W12 by 72, W12, the 12 is the depth of the column, and the 72 is basically the unit weight, which is 72 pounds per foot. And now we get the pounds. In order to get the tonnage, we have to divide by 2000. That should be all the fields we want to include in this schedule. And also we would like to create some additional filter. For example, if I would like to filter out the materials only, that is low carbon steel. I only just want to include the steel. And sorting, let's sort it by family, and then you can filter by type. And we will also like to include the grand, the title, count, and totals, grand total. And itemize every instance. Basically, that means in the schedule it will list all of those columns, beams. There might be multiple 12 by 72, and it will list in the schedule. Later on, we can come back and revisit what this really means. Let's first hit OK. this is the schedule we got, and if you would like to continue to refine a little bit, for example, if we would like to uncheck itemize every instance, let's click what the result is. That means we've got two different types of steel columns. One is W10 by 26, the other one W12 by 72. Now I can see there are some mistakes when we change the type of the column. Let's go back to the 3D model. Take a look at, so for example, let's pick this column, which is a W12 by 72. I believe this column was created by editing the type, and oftentimes we just only focus on the size of the column, but for the parameter, maybe we didn't really pay too much attention about the weight. So you need to get exactly the same, exactly correct parameters for different size of your columns. So obviously, this schedule is not correct in terms of weight, but at least I think I've already showed you guys how you can run a report of your quantities. I think pretty much that's it for this video, and I believe that's the complete set of video for lecture 7.